First in medical news, stress. Can it kill you? Are we more stressed now than we were as a nation 30 years ago? How can you identify the sources of stress in your life and learn how to protect yourself from the negative effects it can have on your health? Well, Paul Hulick is on the line, author of Stress Pandemic, and he's going to be giving an upcoming conference in Maui November 2nd at the Wailea Hotel. Paul, welcome to The Body Show.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks for being on with us today. Now, Paul, I have your book right here in front of me, Stress Pandemic. And just briefly, can you tell us what prompted you to come up with this 9-step sort of natural program?
Well, I bought into the Hollywood dream and I decided to work hard, and from there I'd be very successful. And I guess around about the age of 40, I thought I had the perfect life. I was the chairman, CEO of a multi-million-dollar pioneering organic food company that was listed on the stock exchange. I had just built, for the people I loved most, a grand mansion. And of course I had the Porsche Ferrari parked in the driveway. I could travel the world. I was as free as a bird. But due to stress and making poor lifestyle choices, I lost everything. Most of all, my freedom. But I'm a survivor, and I actually overcame stress, and I'm here to share it with everyone now.
Well, now, Paul, I'm looking at the list of 9 natural steps. You know, often we hear about things people need to do in their lives. They need to focus on things to help improve their health. Why don't we just kind of briefly go through those? The steps that you're talking about for someone who might be overstressed. And I often think of people, you know, we have cell phones and we have text messages and emails and regular phones and computers, and pretty much being almost overly accessible to people, we might not take time for ourselves. Tell us about some of these natural steps that you've developed.
Well, they're there for everyone. A lot of people are not aware as to how powerful, even though they're simple, practical steps, they are ones that can help make a huge difference. And in the Stress Pandemic, the Lifestyle Solution, the first 3 steps are the transformative steps, and they're about taking charge, realising that the symptoms you have from stress are not going away, even if you're on medication. And it's realising that you need to be proactive more yourself, knowing that the old you is what's making you sick. And as you said earlier, it could be anything from the dangers or the symptoms of having frequent headaches, excess anxiety, anger, guilt, increased problems to do with insomnia, difficulty concentrating, unexplained weight gain or loss, teeth grinding, which is a big one. And from there, it's the onset of diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and strokes. The second one is about picking your bad habits. And that's all about realising that when you're stressed, you're very prone to actually reaching, as I call, you're leaning on your crutches. That is when you're feeling most stressed and vulnerable, which could be anything from food. According to the American Health America survey, Mental Health America survey, 45% of Americans eat to cope, and 42% reach for alcohol, smoking, or drugs, and the remainder is made up of gambling, addiction to sex, or even the internet. And the last one in the transformative steps is learning to say no. The world has become a bit of a bullying place, and we find it hard to actually follow our innermost feelings. We end up being martyrs, we end up doing what people want us to do, but at times it's not what we really wish to do.
So now, Paul, it's kind of interesting because when I was looking at these transformative steps, it sounds like what you're really suggesting is that people need to take the power themselves to recognize that they may be contributing to some of this problem, that there's the stress in their lives, because maybe they're getting over involved, maybe they're doing too many activities, maybe they're just not taking the time to do some of the things you mentioned in the next few steps. There's affirmations and exercise and nutrition and sleep. How important are these sorts of things, such as, eating right and getting enough rest and doing exercise, to making sure that you're better able to handle stress every day?
Well, it's essential that we all know all about nutrition. Everybody's talking about it. It's like the toolbox with 150 tools. If you're only able to choose 9, you have to make them most effective. So it's important to realise what you're eating can have an enormous effect on your mood. According to the word CRAP, that's what I call it, it's all about understanding that caffeine, refined sugar and alcohol and processed foods can affect so much the way you feel. A lot of people are not aware that there's a second brain where 95% of the serotonin receptors are actually in the gut lining of the small intestine. And when we feel stressed and feeling most vulnerable or threatened, we always reach for comfort food, and we get a temporary fix by trying to reach for crap food.
I love the way you have that analogy. Crap foods, caffeine, refined sugar, alcohol, and processed foods. Uh-oh, that's sounding a little familiar, Paul.
Yeah.
Now, what about steps?
For exercise, a lot of people need to realise that there is 7,200 nerve endings in your feet that are connected to every part of the brain and the body. And taking a brisk walk, an aerobatic good walk, gives you good posture, relieves the stress in your back, but it's actually stimulating every part of the brain and the body. So taking a brisk walk in the morning helps balance the neurochemistry of the mind and the body, and also fortifies you against the stresses and challenges of the day.
Now, how about steps 8 and 9? Power of awareness, and one of my faves, don't give up. What is the power of awareness? How does that really relate to reducing your stress? And is it often that people say, I've had enough, I'm just going to give up on it? How important are these last 2 steps?
They're very important because they're your ongoing self-assessment steps. And it's you being able to say, am I winning or losing against the battle of stress? The power of awareness is important because that helps you actually find where contentment and your ambitions and goals merge. A lot of people's goals and ambitions are reaching for the sky, and a lot of their actual feeling content is at the ground level. And that's where we actually have issues with our self-esteem, and where anger builds up and frustration. And that's when we start to feel guilty and sad. So it's important to understand that you have to have an awareness of what your coping mechanisms are when you're stressed. That is your destructive ones that we, as I said, our crutches that we lean on. And realise that you're not perfect, that we're only human. But think of that child who learns to walk. No matter how many times he or she falls over, they pick themselves up again. They never give up. They never allow their flame of hope to be crushed or extinguished. And it's important that people take control of their stress before it takes control of them.
Well, Paul, it sounds like this book is something that could be helpful to almost anybody. Stress Pandemic, the Lifestyle Solution. And then you have an upcoming seminar that you're going to be giving in the first week of November, November 2nd in particular, on Maui. If somebody's interested in attending the seminar or maybe taking a look at your book, how can they do that?
They're able to go to stresspandemic.com, and there the whole world will open up to them. It's very informative and lots of very worthwhile information.
Well, that's fantastic, Paul. I really appreciate you letting us know more about your experience, which I know you detailed a little bit more in the book. And I have to say, I think it's amazing that you've been able to take what really was a life crisis that occurred for you a few years back and really focus on the positive and come up with a plan and get so excited you want to share it with other people. So thanks so much for sharing it with us today.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've really enjoyed reaching out to your listeners, and thank you for the opportunity. And aloha.
You are absolutely welcome. And for anyone out there, I have to say, Stress Pandemic, I was taking a look at this book, and I think I'm one of those guilty ones with my favorite crap foods and all sorts of stuff that is really helpful. If you want to make some change in your life, here's a great guidebook on how to go about doing that.